Today in History. 자, 오늘은 13일의 금요일입니다. 하지만 그런 만큼 더 lucky day가 되시길 바라면서 we're going to continue with our journey to the past.
That's right. We have two events to share with our listeners today, but first here's a quiz question for you. By law, when a person is arrested, he or she is given some specific rights. One of them is the right to remain blank. Is it number one, smart, or number two, silent? Okay, the question again. By law, when a person is arrested, he or she is given some specific rights. One of them is the right to remain blank. Is it number one, smart, or number two, silent? Tough question, maybe. If you happen to know the answer, you can put it on our Bandi board or text in pounder sharp 1045 on your cell phone. For 51, you could win an eco bag and mug cup.
Oh, yes. You need to be both, actually, in that situation. Remain smart and silent as well. Okay, so here are those two events that we're going to be discussing. Here we go.
Today in history. In 1928, physicist John Nash was born, and in 1966, the Miranda rights were established.
Okay, so today's journey to the past begins with the birth of one brilliant mind whose genius is also depicted as beautiful.
He is physicist John Forbes Nash Jr., who was born on this day in 1928 and who became internationally known in the academic circles for his various theories that reshaped and influenced fields such as computing, evolution, artificial intelligence, accounting, and even politics.
So we're showing the picture of Mr. John Nash on 보이는 radio right there, so you might want to check it out. Well, but most people came to know about his life and works through this acclaimed 2001 movie, A Beautiful Mind, A Beautiful Life.
A Beautiful Mind.
A Beautiful Mind.
Yeah.
It's a Beautiful Life. That's a different movie.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
Right. A Beautiful Mind starring, of course, as we all know, Russell Crowe, right? Based on this book of the same name and which depicted his works as well as his lifelong struggles with schizophrenia.
Let's have a look a bit from the trailer of A Beautiful Mind.
John Nash was one of the most brilliant minds of his generation.
Welcome to Princeton. Who among you will be the next Einstein?
Find a truly original idea. And it's the only way I will ever distinguish myself. It's the only way I will ever matter.
He saw the world
Where's Nash? Out there, looking for his original idea.
in ways that no one could imagine.
This flies in the face of 150 years of theory. Congratulations, John. It's the achievement of a lifetime.
From producer Brian Grazer.
Now that guy is riding the gravy train.
That's right.
Who am I talking about? The voice actor guy.
The voice actor? Oh.
John Nash was one of the most brilliant men in the world.
But, you know, he should stay away from those dairy products.
Yes.
No coffee.
No orange juice.
Must be tough for him, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay. So
Let's see now, back to what we should be talking about. At Princeton University, Mr. Nash became known as the Phantom of Fine Hall, a shadowy figure who would scribble arcane equations on blackboards in the middle of the night.
Well, and despite various obstacles, he published more than 20 works, eventually leading to his winning of a Nobel Prize in Economics in 1994.
Yeah, pretty smart guy, huh? Did you see that movie?
Not yet.
No?
I would love to, though.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie. All right, so let's move on now, and we're going to talk about something, I guess, that's pretty widely known. In 1966, an event took place, and I guess today it is enforced around the world.
보통 그 경찰이 이제 범죄자를 체포하는 그런 상황에서 TV나 영화에서 그런 장면이 나올 때마다 이 얘기 많이 듣게 되죠. Well, anyone who has watched a TV show about law enforcement has heard a police officer read the suspect his or her Miranda rights, 미란다 원칙이라고 하는 Miranda rights, or 그렇죠. After placing the suspect under arrest, the officer will say something similar to, "You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have a right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you." 라고 말하죠.
Sounds like you have some experience with that sensei name.
I wish.
Is that because you said it or you heard it?
I heard it, I think. Oh, no. You mean heard it on TV. That's what I'm saying.
You got my joke. The origins of these rights date back to 1963, when a man surnamed Miranda was arrested in Arizona and convicted, even though there wasn't enough evidence to convict him. As a result of the case against Miranda, each and every person must now be informed of their rights when arrested.
And the wording of the Miranda rights may vary from the statement above, as long as they fully convey the message. This also applies to the differences in regions as well as countries, including Korea.
That's very interesting. I did not know that.
그러니까요. 나라마다 혹은 또 이제 언어마다 이 살짝 그 내용이 좀 바뀌긴 하지만
Right.
전체 내용은 같은 내용을 물론 유지하고 있습니다.
Interesting.
말이 바뀔 뿐이죠.
Okay. All right. So before we finish things up in Today in History, the answer to the question was, by law, when a person is arrested, he or she is given some specific rights. One of them is the right to remain silent.
그렇죠. 묵비권을 행사할 권리가 있으며 이렇게 말하는 부분이 있죠. The right to remain silent이었습니다.
Okay, as I mentioned, that's it for Today in History, and it's Travel Notes with Steve Miller after Gloria Estefan's Conga.